Good afternoon, IDEA team. I know that you all just received an email from Ms. Williams about our Club Friday plans and preparation, but I wanted to give you some context behind it so that you could kind of see where she was going in the email and have an understanding about the why behind it. Um, we are currently measured for school effectiveness, and school effectiveness is a part of my scorecard and it's a part of your scorecard. Now, as a general measure, the scorecards or the local accountability system um, it's set up by Dallas ISD to determine, how effective a school is. And so the first portion of that, it's a 50-50 split. So the first 50% is based on STAR. So no matter what teacher you are, what content you teach, we all get the same percentage of the STAR ratings. So for domain one, it's student achievement. Domain two is school progress. We typically get one of the two, and not both. So whichever one is higher, they give us the points for. And then domain three, which is closing the gaps, like how well are we taking kids in and growing them once they get here. And then the other 50% is based on local accountability. And this is a measure that that our district has created to take into consideration things that are specific to our schools. So the first part is academics, which is your school effectiveness, and that is your STAR. That's ACT, that's ACP, SAT scores. Those are all a part of academics. So no matter what content you teach, or if you're a special education teacher, or PE, or IT, or finance, or if you're an English 1 teacher or an English 4 teacher, we all get scores for that. Domain 5 is culture and climate. And the culture and climate portion is basically the staff survey and the parent and parent guardian survey that goes out from the district to parents to see how they feel about the school. So that's 10% of our SEI. And then the final part is domain 6, which is student engagement. And that's your student survey. And then the final part is extracurricular participation. So the extracurricular participation is measures student participation in at least one extra or co-curricular activity. So in the past, we've been about 100% on this measure because all of our kids are in a club, but they are extending it to say that we want our students to be more involved, and that they're not just involved in an interest-based activity, or that they have the option to be involved in an academic club or our athletic program or something of that nature. Well, at this point, our campus does not have an athletic program. So the only way that we would get our full points for that is if we offered students the opportunity to have both an interest-based club and an academic-based club. This is probably the easiest one for us to get 100% of our points. We totally control it. And so that's where you will have to do an interest-based and an academic-based club comes from. This is not going to be on your personal time unless you are in a club that you choose to do that offers a stipend, which might require something after school, but everything else would be funneled through that same club time on Friday. So not any extra commitment. And again, unless you choose something that has a stipend, like say, for instance, right now we don't have a debate person. And so debate has a pretty good stipend, but you are going to be required to do some things on Saturday. So we will send a list of academic-based clubs, and you're welcome to send in, when we send you the Google form for your selections, you're welcome to suggest different types of things. We're not going to have a whole bunch of tutorials like for study hall and things like that. But, if you want to do a book club, or if you want to do chess or robotics or DECA, those types of things will qualify as an academic-based club or program. If you have questions, please stop in to see me. I know that change is not always easy, but I just want to make sure that for the points that we can control, which are pretty much these, we can control climate and culture, we can control the staff climate survey. If we're not feeling something about what's going on at the school, bring it to the table so we can fix it as a team. With our parents, just, treating them as customers, and and trying to communicate as best we can with them. With the student survey, same thing, talking to them and helping them understand the why behind some of the things that we're doing in their classes. And then extracurricular participation. It's during a period of time where they're supposed to be at school and they have to participate. So we can control these pieces. So I want to make sure that we're able to get all of these pieces, just in case there are areas in this that we need to continue to work on. Currently, we're shown on the state website as an A campus with the local accountability system, which means that we would have went from a C to an A. But on the on a different district site, it shows that we went from a C to a B. So I'm not really sure, and I won't know until they send us our scorecard, the breakdown, or which one is right. But either way, that gives us extra points. So we want all the points that we can get. And like I said, it's not just my scorecard. Your scorecard is impacted as well. Again, if you have questions, stop by and see me. Thank you.